in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
All right, now, 18.
Johnson on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
Three-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on third down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now it's Palmer. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It's the former Patriot Pro Bowler, Chandler Jones, in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go now. Boom, land it. No, check.
3rd and long. It's gone. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the fourth. They begin the drive with Johnson. And there's a flag on the field. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
Second down following the run.
Sally 19, Sally 19, wide 18.
On second down, Palmer. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Here we go now. 3-19. Gone.
Another pistol look here.
Green, 39. Green.
On second down, here's Goff. Flushed out right, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
They come up in an offset eye.
Patriot. Now let's go. Leopard. Let's go.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley, and he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. To throw on second down is Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
All right, now, 1-18.
So after the interception, here's Palmer. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. One receiver left, 2 to the right.
Let's go. Blue 95. Zebra. Get ready. Blue 58.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They come up in an offset eye. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Get ready.
They give to Johnson going right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively.
Blue 58.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go. Blue 95. Blue 95.
Throwing now is Palmer. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Slot man moves right. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Goff now on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Lance Kendricks, there. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The Pro Bowler, Calais Campbell, in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Well, not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. To throw is Goff. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Now Goff on first down. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to back him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Irving in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. One last throw here for Goff. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. All right, Charles, so you win the game. Not only do you get the W in the left-hand column, you get some momentum for the coming week.
Now when you go into the week and you're telling the guys what mistakes have to be corrected, what we have to do to win going forward, you have their full attention. They're excited, they're happy, and they know if they can build that momentum, they can ultimately achieve all their goals.
So for Arizona, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.